Good afternoon. I have been noticing a lot on social media, a lot of the collective, a lot of the spiritual people are going through their awakening, and they are going through their separation with their partners, and they're going through a lot. Coming from my experience, this is what I came up with. 5 lessons for those walking a spiritual awakening and personal rebuild. The first part, learn to trust your inner signal. If there is one thing that I've learned through every dream, tarot spread, symbol, and moment of intuition is that your inner voice is fucking real. You need to listen to it. Many people spend their entire lives ignoring that the quiet signal inside of them is not paranoia, is not a negative thought. It's your intuition. When you begin a spiritual awakening or a deep personal transformation, that inner signal becomes stronger. At first, it can feel confusing and overwhelming. You can question whether you're imagining things or your intuition is guiding you correctly or not. But the truth is that your intuition grows stronger the more you listen to it. What helped me was learning to pause before reacting to anything. Instead of letting fear and the outer things of the world dominate my path, instead of allowing people's opinions to guide my decisions, I learned to observe what I felt internally. Intuition doesn't scream, it whispers. It nudges you towards the truth, even when the truth is uncomfortable. So when you begin to trust it, patterns start revealing themselves. Dreams, conversations, people who enter your life. For those walking a spiritual path, just remember that trusting your intuition doesn't mean that you're rejecting logic, because we are human. Logic does exist. You're just allowing both your mind and your inner awareness to work together. So pay attention to your body, pay attention to your emotions, and the quiet signals that are around you. Your inner guidance system was designated to help you navigate change and growth. And the more you trust it, the clearer your path becomes. So we're going to talk boundaries. Boundaries are not cruelty. Boundaries don't mean you're better than anyone. This is one of the hardest parts for me. Not only because I am a spiritual person, an empath, but because I am a lover and I am a giver. And I seek the needy. I'm always around people who need some kind of comforting, but because that's just me. That's just who I am. I am the seed of life. I have been planted in certain places and situations and around people for a purpose. So it doesn't mean that love is endless sacrifice. Many of us are raised to believe that if we care for someone, we must always give and forgive and tolerate all the fucking bullshit. But in reality, growth teaches a very different lesson. Spiritual growth teaches a very different lesson. Boundaries are a form of respect for both yourself and for others. This is what I say. In construction, you need to put a lien on a property in order to save yourself and in order to save the person you're doing construction in the home with. That is what a lien does. People are scared of liens because they think it's bad. It's not. It's actually something that is safe for you and for the GC. And that is exactly what boundaries are with our vessel. This is our architecture. This is our home. So when you set boundaries, a lot of people are going to resist. They're going to call you selfish. They're going to say that you've changed. In reality, what has changed is that you no longer abandoning yourself to make others comfortable. Healthy relationships include balance. Everything in life needs balance. The yin and the yang, the dark and the light. Energy should flow in both directions. You'll feel it. Setting boundaries doesn't mean that you're going to stop loving people. It just means that you stop participating in patterns that harm you. While allowing or caring for others, you cannot allow their emotions or the way they treat you or whatever make you feel some type of way or anything like that, okay? In my situation, I am caregiver for my sister. I do not overgive. I help her whenever I can. She is somebody that needs somebody here because she is handicapped. But I tell her when she yells at me, when she's frustrated of her situations, I tell her, respect me. I'm your sister. I love you. I care for you. Do not blame how you feel on me. I'm not criticizing you. I am just watching out. So she kind of knows and understands. Little by little, she'll get it. She'll understand. So in reality, you're just speaking your honesty. And sometimes it means that stepping back and allowing others to face their own consequences of their own choices, it can be painful, especially when it's family or close relationships when they're involved. But remember this, when you protect your peace, you're not closing your heart, you're strengthening it. And boundaries create the space where genuine respect and healthier relationships can exist. Transformation requires letting go. Letting go was not really hard for me, but it can be hard for you. And this is why I am telling you what my experience is. Maybe it can help those that are experiencing the same. So every true transformation includes a moment when something must end. Old habits, relationships, beliefs, old environments sometimes need to fall away before something better can grow. This stage can feel like loss. People will call it loss. People will say, you lost your job, your friends, your marriage, your car, your home, your money, your life, falling apart. Yes. Thank you that my life is falling apart. I enjoy those fucking tower moments. I'm crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I have to do it in order for me to complete what I need to complete. I'm not here to tickle your fancy. I'm here to make a fucking difference in my life and in the lives around me and in my bloodline's life in the future. My ancestors need to rest. They're exhausted. So, this phase, many people will feel uncertain. You will wonder if you're making the right choices or not. You're going to go back and forth in your decisions. But growth, it doesn't feel comfortable. In the moment, it requires courage to step away from what is familiar. Letting go doesn't mean that you're rejecting your past. It means that recognizing that your life is evolving. The other person you were 5 or 10 years ago may not be the person that you are becoming now. People miss that version of you, but that was never you. Transformation invites you to release identities that no longer reflect your truth. And when you are doing this shadow work, you're going to cry and your body is going to mourn different versions of yourself. You are going to learn things and remember things that dreams that you know in your heart are true. And you're going to cry about it because your mind blocked you. We have this angelic dementia that we were stowed upon not to remember because of decades and decades of MK Ultra and mind control. And when we are awakening, we know who we are, and it gets deeper and deeper as you do the shadow work. So this is why you need to learn how to control your emotions. Meditation, manifestation. If you are religious, fine, so be it. Pray. I pray to God, the Holy Spirit, and the Most High, okay? So think of it as as a pruning tree. You have to remove the old branches so that new ones can grow. And grow healthier, right? You remove everything that you don't need so that you can become healthier, so that you can draw in other healthier relationships and even opportunities your way. So when you allow this transformation to happen, instead of resisting it, you can create room for opportunities, like I said, relationships and experiences that will better who you are becoming, and it will help with your growth. And the last part of this is that you need to build something that is yours and yours only. A major turning point in my personal journey comes to when people realize that you need to have the stability to build something of your own. It might be a business, a creative project, a new career path, simply a life structure that reflects their values. Independence does not appear overnight. It grows through consistent effort, patience, and learning. Entrepreneurship and personal rebuilding requires discipline. There are moments of doubt, setbacks, and lessons that challenge your confidence. But those moments are also the training ground for where resilience develops. You know, before I used to react to people like a devil when they would criticize me. And now I just don't comment. And when I feel the need to comment because somebody is literally gaslighting me or my beliefs, then I will be like, pew, pew! I will strike back with some words, that's for sure. Listen, I get cold. I am wearing this cute little outfit. You'll see it later, but I get cold up here. The AC unit is up here and it's blowing. I'm sure you can hear it. It's a little annoying. But with that being said, I do have a final message. One of the most powerful lessons that I learned on this journey is that emotions are real. You do not have to have the control of the direction of your life. Pain, betrayal, confusion, and disappointment is going to visit you at some point, no matter what. What matters is that whether those emotions appear and whether you allow them to steer your path. There are many moments when I could have stopped moving forward and just given up, just like what everybody wanted me to. I could have allowed anger, sadness, or other people's reactions put me in their storms like fucking jail. Instead, I learned to observe my emotions without becoming ruled by them. Emotions are signals, not commands, and they can teach you where healing is needed. They should never decide your destiny. Spiritual growth comes when you realize that peace is a discipline. It is the quiet strength of choosing clarity over chaos and purpose over reaction. When you refuse to let other people's emotions define your reactions and your actions, you protect your energy and remain aligned with your path. And if you only knew how peaceful it is so peaceful in my kingdom. It really is. And that makes me shine, and I feel happy every day waking up, knowing that I have no worries in the world. None. I am living in a house that is not of mine, with things around that are not of mine, and I am happy at the moment. I am living in the moment, as you should be as well. So, spiritual growth comes from when you realize that peace is a discipline. It's the quiet strength of choosing clarity over chaos and purpose over reaction. And when you refuse to let other people's emotions define your actions, you protect your energy and remain aligned in your path. I know I already said that. But I got lost, and I feel the need to read it again. I felt the need to read it again. With that being said, the greatest power is not controlling others or winning every single battle. It's mastering yourself. When you learn to walk forward with wisdom, compassion, with steady focus, headstrong, leading with your heart, nothing can stop your life from building. Nothing can stop your life from receiving what is meant for you. Nothing can stop what is meant for me. Nothing can stop what is meant for me. By the grace of God, the Most High, la Altísima, Yemaya, thy will has been done. You all thought you could stop something. But you're here and God is everywhere. God is even here where you're at, watching everything that you do. Spirituality does have a lot to do with your central nervous system, but I do believe in the greater. I do believe in the higher power. I do believe in God, and I am walking testament that God is real. The world is not ready for the collective when we all start speaking on our truths, because quite a few of us already begun. Many of us already begun. With that being said, I'm not only giving spiritual advice, but beware of spiritual attacks if you do not protect yourself. Just know that you need to call back your powers. Spiritual baths. When I go in the shower, I take in sage. Or when I'm done, I take Florida water, agua de Florida, and I cleanse my feet with it after coming out of the shower. And I dab it on my chest, and I feel this warmth in my solar plexus. I am cloaked in protection, and that is why I am still alive and breathing. Ashe.